Alright, live. Alright. I think we're live. Hopefully. Or else these words mean nothing. Hi guys, how's it going? It's me. It's your best friend. I just gotta make sure that this does not play. Okay, very good. And we are ready. We are ready to animate StarCrafts episode 9. It looks like. I can't even remember half the time. I gotta look at it after. But how's it going, guys? Thanks for coming out to watch. And we are going to be animating just a couple scenes. First off, I want to say that here in Canada, we've been having some really warm weather. But lately, it's cooled down a bit, so that's nice. Weather's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to put on some music here. It's going to be all Blizzard music. Because reasons. And we're going to go... It's just going to be random. So hopefully you guys can hear that. Let's see. Yeah, you should be able to hear that. Let me know if the music's too loud. And, yeah. Alright, who's here? Everything is better with bacon. Hello. Eric, hello. Drawing Sophies, hello. Zatot. Christian Santos, hello. Wolfie, Reaper. Bruno. How's it going, guys? I hope you enjoy this little session we have. I'm actually kind of excited for these couple scenes because it builds a lot of character for these characters, building character for characters, but it has some pretty important voice files in it. But we won't be bothering with that. We're going to be just animating. Greetings from Sweden, greetings from Scotland, and from Korea, and Hungary, and Mexico City. All over the world. It's good. Greetings from Canada for you guys. And Sweden as well. You can call me Blank. Their name is actually just nothing. It's Blank. Okay. So if you don't know me, guys, my name is John, or CarBot. So I am the main guy. Behind me, you'll see every once in a while, maybe, is Sam. Say hello to the people.
What?
Say hello to the people.
There's a hot potato in my mouth.
All right, that's Sam. Sam is our audio editor and our tech guy. So he's doing the back end work basically. But yeah, and so we are the two full-time people. Sam just recently came on full-time. If you haven't been keeping up with the updates, but yeah, so just want to check a couple things before we get started here. I apologize for the delay, guys. Just give me a second. Alright. Alright. I think we are ready. Okay. Alright, so this is so these are the scenes we're gonna be doing. I do them in really, really rough sketches. Just so I know what shots are being taken, and it's basically just so I know. If it's not very professional the way it's done, but you can kind of see the scene play out here, and you might be really confused at what's going on, but at least I know, and you'll see it constructed as we go. It's basically the Terran trying to make plans on how to defeat the enemy Protoss. So, and that's basically it. That's everything we're going to be animating in the next couple of hours. So, and if we animate this smart, intelligently, then it won't take as much time. The program I'm using is right above my head. It's Flash CS6. So yeah. And so what I do first is actually make these scenes into symbols. You can see on the timeline here it's broken up. And so once we go into the symbol, it's its own, it has its own timeline as well. So, and then we can chop up that symbol in the timeline and do whatever we need to do. And so I usually put these things on these color modes. So when so they don't take, they aren't black because I'm going to be drawing in black. But yeah, so here we go. And again, if we tackle this in an efficient way, it shouldn't take us too long. I'm estimating 3 hours, maybe. But we'll see. Maybe shorter, maybe longer. I think in my head I have this scene set up that I don't think it should take too long. The movements are pretty easy and everything. So we're going to start out with let's start with the most exciting one. Tell me, please, Russia, as you can. What? 8 out of 10, too much talking? Okay, let's go ahead and start it then. Let's start off with the ghost. Here we are. The ghost. And so normally what I do is... well, what you're supposed to do is do the keyframes. I don't always do the keyframes. It just depends. Usually for more complicated, animations, I do, or like fighting, choreograph the fighting. I usually do the keyframes. So I'm going to do keyframes here. Put the onion skin on. And so right here he's slapping it away. As you see, my rough is in the green, what I want to do. And the light gray is the previous frame there. So he's going to be slapping the dynamite stick away because the Reaper put it on there. What's happening in the scene is that this table here, down here, you can see, is their plans. It's the map and what they're doing like their strategies. And so each unit contributes what they think they should do. And so the Reaper contributes, and then the Ghost is annoyed. He doesn't like his idea, and he offers his own idea, which we'll see shortly. And again, doing keyframes first. The reason you do keyframes first is because you don't want the character to be changing sizes. You can easily change, like if you just keep animating from start to finish, the head might be this big at the beginning, and then by the time you finish it might look like something like that because you haven't been consistent. So this way, if you do keyframes, it's easier to be more consistent because you have like milestones of poses. And I keep saying keyframes, and what those are poses. There's basically the main poses of the animation. So I'm going to have two different layers for this ghost because a part of him is in front of the table and the other part of him is behind the table. So I need two different layers to go in front and behind the table. Actually going to tilt his head just a bit. So mainly just the things that are... let's make another layer. We'll do whatever's behind table, which is his body, basically. So it's going to get a little bit confusing. But we should be... So here he's reaching behind in his backpack. And there you go. StarCrafts mods awaits us. We can definitely take a little peek at the StarCrafts mod. Again, it's like so close to being finished. There's just a couple things that we need to do before we can release it, because we don't want to release something that, even just the tiniest things, like the tiniest improvements at the end, you know, the icing on the cake can change the perception a ton. So we want to make sure we do those things. So there's still a little bit to do, but all the units are playable, and it is playable, but presentation is important. So we want to make sure we do a nice presentation, basically. When's the next Patreon play? Good question. We should do it soon. I'll let you guys know on Patreon, of course. It's a good question. I'll set that up soon. I often get pretty distracted with all the other stuff. So again, we're just doing poses here. See right here, I noticed that his chest is way too thick. Oops. Compared to the last frame. So I'm gonna thin it out just a bit. And then shift him over. So I don't need to worry about his legs. His head is a little bit too big, so I'm actually just gonna shrink him overall. There we go. And then again, the next pose. There we go. And we're going to use that other layer to do his hand in front, because that's actually going to be left there. I'm actually going to just grow it a little bit more. Next Hero Storm with Li Ming? No, I don't have any plans for Li Ming at the moment. But if you got an idea, I'm all ears, man. What version of Flash is this? As it says above my head, CS6. Most of them are basically the same, though. Like, there's subtle differences. So unless you're, like, super pro at it, I don't think you'll notice, like, you know, much of a difference for that. When's some Underwatch happening? It's actually happening this Saturday. You'll see another underwatched cartoon. So again, just doing his body. And his backpack, and then his arm here, which he's going to be holding some of the, he's holding fluff. And you'll see why in a bit. Another key pose. here, and still holding that fluff. And I think after that, I think we can do the whole body again. So we're purposely skipping the arm because that's going to be on another layer, the one arm. So, what are you listening to, CarBot? We are listening to just a random Blizzard playlist. This one is World of Warcraft to the Ends of the Earth. That's what that is. CarBot, you make good comic cartoon. Korean user are like you. Thank you. Thanks for the heart. I enjoyed Korea when I was there. It was a beautiful country. It felt very, very safe, actually. Like it was a very safe environment. I don't know. It was just I never felt worried, no matter like which city I was in, at what time of night, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I thought Korea was quite a nice place to visit. The only time I didn't feel safe is when I went to the DMZ, which is the demilitarized zone next to the North Korean border, and so we could see into North Korea, and that was scary. So again, here the ghost. We're not doing his legs because it's behind the table. There's no point. And now he's choking himself to death, trying to communicate some stuff here. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. So again, we can check all of our keyframes as we go through it. And it should kind of like, it's kind of animated in a way, because we can see the movement, or at least the lack thereof, but the poses. So we can understand what our plan is for the animation here. So it's just like anything else. You got to plan it out. Anything that you're creating or whatever. By the way, I love your animation style. Thanks, Jonathan Lim. I appreciate that. If you want to know where it was inspired, I think probably the most inspiration I was inspired by was probably from Bird Box Studio. It's a YouTube channel. Check it out. They only release cartoons like rarely ever. I'm assuming the guy has a job, obviously, so he doesn't just do YouTube. I think it's kind of a company as well. So, but yeah, so it was inspired by them, obviously modified, and now we kind of have our own style going. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're gonna animate. So we've done the key poses, and we can kind of see what's going on here. Again, I've set it up in a way that I know what's going on, so you guys might be a little confused. How long does it usually take to finish an entire episode, Ethan asks. I just say a week. It can take shorter or longer depending on what is in the episode. Like that varies quite a bit. Like it heavily varies on what kind of animation is in the episode and everything. So there are ways, and let's just see if this works here, that sometimes you can do that can make animation a lot simpler. And so what I just did here is I'm gonna remove this. All I did was tweak this one frame to do that, so it still looks like he's slapping it. Okay. If I don't feel like that's enough, I can add in one tiny little frame in between, which can help communicate. He's slapping the dynamite off the table, which there's no dynamite there at the moment, so that's why you don't see it. But yeah, so it can be pretty simple. So there you go, bam, and it's just it's breaking it down really. Animating is a lot about breaking. Let's break it down. It's a lot about that. So again, I can just actually grab, because the head is on a different layer. I can just kind of shift it over, so now his head shifts over. I still have to animate his body though, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And so you can see his arm over here. We got to bring it around over here. So a lot of people tend to make things stay evenly apart each time they move it, which is something that you don't really want to do normally. So as you see there, and now he takes out. I just realized here's a problem I just made here. He grabs it with his right hand, but then he has it in his left hand. The toy he takes out. So I'm gonna have to change that. It's bad planning on my part. So what I'm gonna do is actually just change this keyframe here. His arm's gonna come out like this. And then this arm is going to go in. I think we're listening to some Diablo music now. I think. Or we listen to Zerg music. Zerg music. Zoig music. So we're going to also change this arm here too as well. Man, I just love the ghost, says Rice. I'm pretty happy with a lot of these characters, the way they turned out. They seem to have a lot of their personality, which is awesome. Like, again, I never really specifically planned for that, but I tried to take every opportunity I could to kind of further the way they think, so it shows in their actions. So play some Diablo 2 music, I'm sure it'll come on. So once again, we gotta do an in-between here. Actually, we could just tweak. Whenever you can just tweak the original drawing, especially if you're going for like on YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay very well. So we got to be careful with how much time we spend for each of our animations. So we're in Disney here. It is what it is. So again, I'm just kind of tweaking the drawing to add that movement. You can kind of see. You can see how little this frame changes, but it actually does quite a bit for it. Actually, let's swap it. I'm actually going to stretch it up a bit. Kind of give him a bounce as well. There we go. That's stupid. So again, most of the time we use pretty fast movement, which actually allows you to get away with like cheaper animation because it's quicker, so you don't notice it as much. But yeah, so and guys, if you want to kind of spread the word that we're streaming right now, give the video a like. Like me, please. I beg you. What are best friends for? And also, if you are in a position and you want to help us out, support our channel, you can at patreon.com/CarBot Animations. The link is in the description below. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically an automated tip service. You can tip us $1, $2, whatever, however many dollars you want to per episode we release. It's a very safe service. It charges at the end of the month, and you know, if you can put a monthly limit on how much you can support us. So say if you do, yeah, sure, I'll give you $2 an episode, but I only, you know, I can only afford $5 a month to give you, and then you can put a limit as $5 a month. So it's actually a really awesome service. It helps a lot of people. There's also a lot of great content creators on there. There's this one guy, if you like D&D, this one guy makes maps. Yeah, it's really cool. He does a really good job, so I love looking at those maps, and it's fun to see that. Okay, what's going on here? Oh yeah, that's right. So here we are here, and we're doing the in-between now, between these two stages, and what we're going to do is he's going to be coming down. He's about to take this toy missile, and whack it onto the table. Why is your name CarBot? Oh, I've been asked that so many times. The short story is that it was actually comes from Diablo 2. Me and my brother, the one behind me, he's my brother. He's doing audio for the cartoons. We were playing Diablo 2, and it's hard to talk and animate. I'm not good at that stuff. We would do bail runs, and then so for some reason, you know how you like. If you play Diablo 2, you create a name to the game, and you do bail runs, and then you do it over and over again. So you put a number, you make the name, and then a number next to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, as you continue to do more bail runs. He chose the name CarBot. This is years ago. This is like 10 years ago or something. He chose the name CarBot, and I don't know. And then so I was like, why CarBot? He's like, I don't know. And so years later, when I was making the YouTube channel, I was trying to think of a name, and then I don't know, it's CarBot just came in my head. So I was like, sure, why not? And that's basically how it happened. Okay, you see there how I did a little bounce. Actually, I'm gonna rewind here for a second. This is again just to make animations look a little nicer. Quick animations too, simple animations. So he has the rocket, and he's about to make it come down onto the table. You can't see the table. Here it is there. And you can't see his arm yet because I haven't animated it. Actually, I'm just going to animate the arm first, just so there's no confusion of what I'm going to be talking about here. So to make this a little bit more, right now it looks like this. Okay, so it's very like stop dead kind of thing. Whenever things move pretty quick and make an impact, you can always do a little bit of a bounce to it. So like landing or whatnot. So I'm going to pull him down and kind of skew him to the right. And we can now see like how much of a difference this makes. Alright, and so you see that tad little bounce. If we want to take it a step further, we could add in just an extra one between the two frames and just skew him up just a tad. And you can see the bounce even more. Okay, so that's just a small difference. My timeline is... I hate that. That's just a small difference, that a small little bit of like what, that's 2 extra frames that I didn't even need to draw to make a big difference to the animation there. So you can see that. Okay, His arm stays planted because it is planted into the table. So we're going to keep that there. Alright, so next he stops doing that. And now he needs to pull this forward. We need to do another in between. And he's going to go like this. So again, I got to connect the two frames, which you can see through the onion skin here. So it can be a little bit difficult and really confusing. Because my characters are really simple, I animate them all in one go. If you're doing complicated characters, I don't do that. You do like the basic movement first, and then you do like, say, the hair, and you animate the hair first, and then you do like maybe the clothing or the cape, whatever your character has, and you do it bit by bit, layer by layer or whatnot, so you don't lose track of all these lines that could be happening, because it can be extremely confusing. Oh, oops. Did I just... There you go. So I'm actually going to make another layer just to keep the nuke toy in here. Hello, is it Ghost? Yes, it's a ghost. It is the ghost with no legs, but he's behind a table, which is... Here's the plans here. But to save confusion, I'm not showing those plans. Okay, now more serious. How do you find your character design? That is a loaded question. I do Let's Draw videos that you can watch that I explain. Like I design the character as I'm recording, so and I explain what I'm doing as I'm trying to figure out a design. Sometimes the designs are, like I would change it, but usually they come out all right, and I just kind of walk you through how I figure out or think of the design. Okay, so we want... So we're actually going to change this into a symbol, and because this arm is going to be repeating its action. So whenever we have a symbol, or whenever we have a repeating action, probably want to turn it into a symbol, which you can replay the timeline within that symbol. So this is Diablo 3 music right now. Okay, so we have that motion. So what he's grabbing the fluff from his one arm and then tossing it. So we're actually gonna have to lengthen this, I think. I want him to do it twice. And then we're gonna have to do it again on this side. I should probably make a table just so people who are coming in right now aren't confused. There's the table. Okay. We're gonna block that, and then there we go. Alright. And then we gotta do the other side, which he's gonna, again, grab the fluff. Except we're gonna turn this arm into a symbol as well, and then, because it's gonna repeat twice. Hello from Poland! Love your work, keep it up, thank you. Hello from Saudi Arabia. just ate some shawarma. I've never heard of shawarma until until Avengers at the end of the movie when Tony Stark is like, "Let's get some shawarma." I was like, "What is that?" I've never heard of it. But I still have never had it. I don't really know what it is. I know it's a food though now. So I'm actually going to make his arm come a little bit forward here. Okay. There we go. So again, there's that symbol, which if I leave it, it'll just keep repeating, as you can see. That's how symbols work. So I gotta obviously stop it at some point. That's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then he throws it all up into the air. Why did you pick this style? If I didn't, so I wanted to do frame by frame animation, which you see I'm doing right now. And if I didn't choose this style, then you would maybe see 3 StarCraft episodes and 1 Heroes of the Storm episode. Like, if you have 1 extra line in your character design, you are literally like, I want to find anything. I don't know, whatever. If you have 1 extra line in your character design and you're doing frame by frame animation, you're literally drawing like potentially thousands of extra lines because of that 1 extra line, because you're drawing the character over and over and over and over again. So I had to choose super simple designs, or else it could be else it would be very it would take too long. What episode are we animating? You actually can see it in the top left corner here. Season 5, episode 9. And you can kind of see the code name for it. I called it Stupid Colossus. That's not what it's actually going to be called. It's just so I know what episode it is in the files before I think of a name. So again, right here, when he's going to throw all the fluff in the air here. So I'm just going to make him pop up a bit, like this. So he's just going to pop up. Whenever they stretch one way, you got to pull in the other. So I stretched him up, which means if you can kind of see very slightly, I squeezed him at the sides there. So you can see the difference here. And again, that just creates this bounce without actually having to draw a whole nother frame. So it's a little bit of a shortcut, see? Whereas before I would have just popped to that frame. So that's kind of an easier way to animate simple characters, at least. With more complicated characters, it'd be a little bit more obvious, but yeah. How many years do you have animating? So I started to go to school for animation when I was I 21? 21. Yeah. 21? 22. 22. I was 22. No, I was 23. Sorry. I was 23 when I started animating. So it's it's never too late. You know, let's start young. But I turned this into a symbol, so we're gonna go inside here. And then I was going to school for animation. It was a 4-year course. It's called Sheridan College. It's in Ontario, Canada. So I was going to school there. In the second year, the beginning of the second year, I started doing StarCrafts, which became extremely difficult because animation takes a long time, and I had to animate at school and for YouTube as well. And I say had, but I wanted to animate, but it took up a lot of my life. And so my grades were starting to slip because of it. Like, the reason why I started doing it is because I wanted to animate my own stuff. I hated like following these weird rules at school. I couldn't just animate what I wanted to animate and take the time doing it. So I started doing my own project. But it started to actually take away from my grades because I was using so much time with my own projects that it became really difficult to balance. And I'm a person that likes my freedom. I like to have my free time, and so I would say I was working a lot. I was commuting to school as well, and it took an hour and a half to drive there, so an hour and a half back. Then sometimes the traffic could be really bad. So I had about 15 hours of driving each week, plus 25 hours of school, and then plus I'd say about 15 to 20 hours of homework maybe, and then YouTube took at least 30 hours as well, I think, if I can remember right. I'm kind of guessing there. So there's quite a bit of, I didn't have that much free time for myself, and it's something that I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy that, but I definitely enjoy. So it became kind of hard and a little bit depressing, and then, then I had to make a decision. Well, do I stay in school or do I pursue YouTube? It was very difficult, and but I ended up deciding to obviously pursue YouTube, and so I left the second year. After the end of the second year, I decided right before the third year started that I wasn't going back. And it's funny because one of my main concerns is what my mom would say. I thought she'd get mad at me, like, you need to go to school. Because that's how she's always kind of been, was like, she, like, school always came, like, there's almost next to no, unless we were sick, there's almost next to no reason why we should miss school. So I thought, she would be mad at me. But it turns out she was very supportive. She was like, okay, great. When I talked to my professor there at the college, he told me, well, is it pay? And I said, yes. He's like, school will always be here, so if you think this is a opportunity, then take it. And so I did. So that's kind of the story of how I started animating and how long I've been animating. And so since then, it's been 4 years. 4 years at the end of the month, actually. So very, very soon. It's been awesome. It's been very stressful too, to be honest. I know it, like, we're very lucky to be in this situation that I can do this. It's like a dream come true. But you'd be surprised how stressful it can be sometimes. At least for me, I sometimes worry about stupid things. So maybe it's not as stressful as I might make it out to be. Because I do worry about certain things sometimes, maybe a little too much. But it is difficult to come up with ideas every week, a skit every week, to try to make people laugh or just, at the very least, enjoy it. If you could imagine. So I'm actually going to use this as a keyframe. So he's just holding his neck and pretending to die, basically. It's part of what he's communicating. So we're actually going to put it in between frame here. Stream dead? No, I hope not. It's still alive on my end. Tell us about those episodes that were not uploaded. For the most part, I'd say they were all uploaded. There's like bits and pieces that haven't been. I was actually planning on making a commentary video to let people kind of talk about the behind the scenes, you know, kind of what was going on for the anniversary. So I think I'll do that. So we got this bit of an animation here. Again, we don't need to be too like critical on like the line quality and stuff like that. It is YouTube, so we do what we can for the week. But it is only a week. A week is an extremely short time to create an animation. Extremely short. We're actually pretty proud of myself. I'm pretty fast considering. We have to shortcut a lot of things, unfortunately, but that's what we got to do. So we're going to control loop playback here so we can see. So I think I have too many frames here. I'm going to actually remove one. So I want to be a little quicker than that. It's also a bit of a... Just going to use this frame and shift it. And the backpack is an obvious thing that's not looking right. There you go. And actually, I might actually quicken it just a bit more here. There you go. Maybe add in... there you go. It's kind of the speed I want it to be. And then I can freeze frame here. And then you can go back to position. There. I think you should make an episode. It'd be cool if Deathwing, tell me your ideas for the kit. That would be challenging to do that. I would love to do it though. We do have a lot of other ideas. This camera's so close to. I just realized like my forehead is like inside the camera. We work with a Cintiq. Well, here's the. It's really hard to see, but if you want to look it up, it's Cintiq, Cintiq. It's an expensive tool, but it's a good tool. I love it. Okay, so I think we got most of this down. So this is what we animated so far. So he's kind of acting out what the nuke does to people. That's what he's doing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in the fluff that he's tossing here, which we haven't done yet. So the fluff is also going to be a symbol of its own as well. Really love your WoW videos. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. The Zayet. It'd be cool if Diva and Hots. That would be cool, actually. I think she would be a really interesting character. That is a good idea. I like that. She would be a cool character in Heart of the Swarm. Jeez, Heroes of the Storm. Hey Sam, Diva, and it'd be cool if.
Huh.
Should be pretty cool.
Like she dies and she's not dead.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
I like that.
Should be interesting.
Okay. So I'm debating on whether just moving these things. I think I'm gonna just animate it. So this is the fluff. He threw. And so we'll only have to animate this once. So hopefully we can animate right the first time. There you go, we can kind of see the preview there. When is the mod coming out? Oh, dude. Seriously, like if we just get like this one thing done, it could come out. I'm hoping September, but don't quote me on that. It's just this one thing that needs to happen, basically, and then we're basically ready to launch. But yeah, so yeah, it's just once we get the basically the technology to do it, the know-how, then we're good. Like it's basically the icing on the cake, and it shouldn't take too long either. So we're mainly just waiting on that. So it's just where the freak are we? Okay, there we are. How many frames a second? 24. Although we generally do it on twos, which means we do every other frame. The reason, so it's like 12 frames a second normally. So the reason why it's set on the 24 though is so when there is super things that are going super fast, we can still animate that super fast thing. But normally it's 12 frames a second. So that's pretty good. Looks pretty good. So go ahead and color this all in. Get it going. And again, guys, if you do enjoy what we do, and you want to help us out, you can at patreon.com/CarBotAnimations. It's Patreon is just like an automated tip service, basically. That's what it is. It helps out a ton. It actually is the reason why we started to go full time, or I started to go full time, and help CarBot launch is because of that. So we have everyone, whoever's a patron watching right now. I want to say a special thanks to you guys, because you guys make it happen. So. There's also little rewards too, like I draw you a picture or whatever. There's a couple of rewards. Play games with us that we have there as well. So if that's something that entices you, then you can check it out as well for those reasons. There. So we're going to tell it to play once. So make it play once, and then we... He throws another one, which I'm gonna change a tad. So it's not exactly the same. And then he throws it again over here. Oops. That's why symbols are awesome. Nice mechanic. To this animation program here. Okay. And then he throws the rest. We're actually going to start this at 3 here. See how that looks? Okay, not too bad. I'm just going to copy it and then reverse it to the other side here. There we go. CarBot, are you making a new Underwatch? Yes, coming out this this Saturday actually. I just had it open before I was live streaming. So it's about Bastion. Just to prove. I'll fix this camera angle. I've been too. There you go. Okay, there. So we've done the ghost. For the most part. Let's see if there's anything else for the ghost. I think, yeah, he just opens his eyes wider, so. So that's it. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and color the ghost so he can be completely done. And once again, we kind of have to go through everything to color every frame. CarBot, you get money from Blizzard sold t-shirts. Yes, we do. It's we get royalties from it. But I prefer, to be honest, if we could just do it ourselves. But yeah. We won't talk about that though. So yeah, so what I do always, I just color in the one color first. So we can so I'm not constantly changing colors because it can be extremely tedious if you color fully every frame and constantly switching colors. Not something I recommend doing. don't forget the antenna's back. Yeah, I'm gonna add it in later. I was getting annoyed. I was getting like tired of drawing it. Friggin' like, yeah. Just add it in after. Okay. And there's his face color. See that bounce there? That's kind of cool because you can watch the animation in like almost like a super slow motion. So it helps you kind of see maybe if you messed up somewhere or something. And now we'll do his mouthpiece. Start from the back. And go up. Back into this symbol. So hopefully by now, if you haven't seen me animate before, you can kind of see why the characters are so simple. There's so much to kind of keep track of and to do. It kind of becomes quite tedious. Oops. Okay, and for the body, because it's white, I'm going to change the background color. And then we can do the body. Oops. As well. And I already forgot a mouthpiece here. There you go. How dare you make simple characters? I know, how dare I? Oh shoot. Oh crap. This line is on a different layer. There you go. Couldn't fill it in. So again, just going through all the frames. One color at a time. Let's do the stuff. Gotta go into this arm and change the color it in. We got to do this arm as well, because it's a different symbol. Greetings from Mexico. All right, greetings from Canada. I sometimes envy people who live closer to the equator, but at the same time, if I lived there, I probably wouldn't envy it too much. To have warm weather all year round sounds really nice, but I don't know. Maybe if I lived in it, it wouldn't be as awesome. How much money are you getting for each month in order for you to continue stably? How much more do you need? We are pretty stable. We're okay, Mr. Protol. We're good. However, we do stretch goals to. So if we get more money, we use it. Basically, we're gonna try to make the channel better, or CarBot better, whatever way we can. So one of the goals up there right now on Patreon is that we'll do a Diablo series. if we hit X amount. So it just, you know, if there's, like for my brother, for example, he wouldn't be hired if we were only making enough money for myself, but because there's a little bit more overflow, I'm able to not get distracted and do like the audio, which I hated. And so he's doing the audio for each cartoon, and he's you know, all that stuff. So it just, if the more we get, well, we use as wisely as possible and try to make more good stuff come of it. So I'm not looking to like, I feel like I'm somewhat stable right now. Depends on how far in the future you want to talk. YouTube is an unstable platform for sure, and Patreon definitely does stabilize it. So, which relieves a lot of stress, of course. But I'm not looking to, like, I don't know. I want to do more stuff. I want to do new stuff. And you know, most people won't work unless they're paid something. So, so for new stuff to happen, like we're looking to do maybe a app game soon, or even an actual just like computer game. We would love to do that stuff. So, you know, as we kind of go throughout the years, we look for opportunities to do that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just talking. Have you ever been recognized on the streets? No, I haven't. People don't really know my face. As you see, like, we have 338 people watching right now, which is good. With a channel with 700,000 subscribers, like not too many people want to watch someone animate. So it's not like the most entertaining thing. But you guys do. You guys are my best friends. Okay, I think we're actually done the ghost here. Oh wait, no, that one frame at the end here. There we go. Oh, and then the antenna that someone so kindly reminded me. Let's put it on a different layer. Where was the last? Oh, the arm. Waffler, he said that it is one of the stretch goals to make the L-series. Yeah. Yeah, so we would like to. I have some ideas. I actually made a preview, like a teaser thingy. But then I found that I don't have time. Like, we would need another animator to do it, to keep up, you know, all the stuff. So that's kind of it. So that's why it's like a stretch goal on Patreon. And we have another animator. Like he's very, very part-time-ish. I get him to help out when I need a bit of help, just to tackle the workload. But we can't afford more, if that makes sense. So there we go. Alright, I think we're actually done the ghost this time. Yeah, we're done. The ghost. So, that is one character down. I need some water here. Someone asked me how should I start, and I didn't see the question. I want to a little animated GIF. So animate a GIF. Is it hard to learn? I just have to do you like box X binds to box XY to move to point Z. Depends on what you want done in the GIF. It can be like that. It really depends on what you want. What's always good if you want the correct movement, Tobias. I'm talking to Tobias. In your in animation, it's good to start simple. So a GIF isn't a bad idea to start animating. But if you want the right movement, then you can do just do scribbles, and then animate the movement with just some really scribbles. Really, you don't need to do it a good draft the very first time. Do the scribbles, and then if the movement you like the movement, then you can draw the good quality drawings on top. But the scribbles you can kind of map out the movement. I don't really do that too often for mine. It's called rough animation, but we just don't really have time to do rough animation. So now that I'm done the ghost, I'm gonna do the marine. The ghost was the longest part here. I think he had the most animation. Was this my dream job as a kid? My dream job was to make video games, actually. But I do love creating, so it's partially my dream job. I wouldn't say it's like my dream job, but it's definitely up there. So hopefully, though, I'll be able to make that dream job come true one day. I really do want to make games. I'm actually super passionate about RPGs, to the point where I don't like playing them. If that makes any sense. And the reason, I'll try to make sense of it here. The reason is because I never feel like it's I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it could be better. I always imagine it differently. So maybe I'm just stupid and my taste is bad, but I love Diablo 2, but I would also complain about Diablo 2. So it wasn't like I thought it was perfect by any means, but I remember when I was young, I would be like, oh, I wish there was this in the game. I wish they had more this kind of element in it. And so yeah, so games in general I'd love to make, but one day I would like to make an RPG game. Just something. What's he doing here? Something that I would love to do one day. So this marine has less detail. That's why it's so awesome to Um, do Marines. They're so easy. Very quick. Again, we're just going to do the keyframes first and see what we need after that. StarCrafts RPG in the arcade. Yeah, that's something I was conceptualizing. It wasn't quite an RPG though. It was more of a like a action adventure, I guess. The idea was, but the problem with the arcade is that you can't make money off it. You can't monetize it. You can't really. It's not viable to spend that much time on something if you know what I mean. Like I would literally be taking time off my job just to do that. So I would be losing money if anything. So it sucks that you have to consider the financial aspect as well. And I also wouldn't be able to pay the modders as well. I mean, I guess I could pay them a tad, but nothing really that's worth their time. Where did I learn to draw this specific style? Well, I guess it's mostly it's inspired by Bird Box Studio. I kind of mentioned this earlier. It's a YouTube channel, so check them out. But really, this is not my normal style that I used to draw. I feel like I don't even know how to draw the way I used to anymore. I need to sharpen up on my skills. Because this is all this is the only thing I've been drawing for years, really. So I think that's it for the Marine. And I wonder, we might be able to get away with not doing too much for the Marine here. So we're going to start coloring him. The ghost is the main focus of this scene here. Do we get ideas for our episodes from games we play? Yes, definitely. We look for things to make fun of. Usually the ridiculous stuff. We look for I don't know, just mechanics that don't make sense, stuff like that. You know. This stuff here needs to go in front of him. So we're gonna add a little bit of motion into him. So he's just gonna nod his head a couple times. Yeah. Maybe the full version is going to be here soon. What do you think of Diablo? Well, what are you asking specifically? What do I think about Diablo? Like which one? What the game, the story, the franchise? I'll answer that question as soon as I know what you're looking for. Okay, so now we need to do the Reaper, which on this side. This Reaper is going to be just standing there. I can't find that YouTube channel. What did I have to search for? I don't know what the guy's talking about. There's a Reaper. And I don't think the Reaper needs to move, actually. Oops. I don't think I need to move him at all. Perhaps I actually need to move him up a bit. So there you go. Okay, yeah, I will have to move him actually, just so he is interacting with what's going on here. So actually probably what I'm going to do is actually chop off his head. See? Gone. And then put his head on a different layer. This is, again, working smarter, not harder. So we're going to just put his head on a different layer. And so when he lifts it up, we can actually just tilt the head. It comes down. Any thoughts on the last Warcraft cinematics? Well, on the last Warcraft cinematics. You talking about the movie? My thoughts on the movie that it was could have been better. It wasn't nearly as bad as the review said it was. But I definitely thought, oh, that's a problem. I'll fix that after. It's like the stuff is like on them. But I definitely thought it could have been a lot better. I was hoping for better. I was hoping for it to be the next, like, Lord of the Rings, basically. Which I guess my hopes were really high. The orcs were probably the best part, I would say. Okay, so we have some This needs to go down here. That. There. There we go. What is your favorite StarCraft unit and why? If you're talking about the game, I'd say... What is my favorite unit? I really do love Immortals with Warp Prisms. Because I'm a Protoss player, if you don't know. But Psystorm and Disruptors are pretty fun too. Same with Phoenix. So I don't know. I'd say it's a toss-up between those 3 or 4. As for the cartoon, I think my favorite is just organizing this stuff. My favorite would have to be, gosh, I don't know. I like the first 3 units: Marine, Zealot, and Zergling. They're awesome. I'm really glad the way they turned out. So even the designs I'm really happy about. So either way, one of those 3. So yeah, my opinion is kind of boring. I kind of project myself into the Zealot. At least I used to, because I used to get really frustrated with StarCraft. Yeah, so that is that. Toss, aren't they sucks? I don't know. I guess it depends on the player. A cigar. Okay, so here I should have actually made 2 different layers. So I'm going to actually have to take off his arms. So I'm a monster. And rebuild him. Oh shoot. Actually, I cut through these guys. This is something I do not want to do. There you go. Hey, we got a new patron supporter. It's Your Rude. Just pledged $5. Thank you so much, You're Rude, for supporting us. That's actually the first Patreon supporter of today, so I really do appreciate You're Rude for that. You're Rude is quite polite. $5, You're Rude. Thank you so much, You're Rude. Oops, I think it's has an E. My bad. You're Rude. $5. As usual, we do keep the top 3 Patreon supporters on the stream as we stream, just so people are recognized where they're helping out. Hey guys, if you would like to support us on Patreon, if you're wondering what that is, it's like an automated tip service. Give us $1 at a time each cartoon we make. You can at patreon.com/CarBot Animations. And there's also little rewards there as well, if that's something that entices you. So guys, give it up for Your Root for being the first patron supporter of today. Clap, 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 clap. David Bella says, make an episode called Yo Mama. cannon, and it's a battlecruiser Yamato cannon. It would be funny. I like it. I like the name, but we would need to think of an episode based around that. Maybe with the new changes coming to StarCraft, we could Yamato cannon no longer costing energy. That could definitely potentially be a possibility. So Marauder's gonna be making origami, because why not? So again, he just kind of needs to. I don't need to worry about that line in the middle there, because it'll be hidden anyway. The Diablo music. So he's just going to be, again, we're doing something kind of generic because I want it to repeat a couple times. So we want it to be repeatable. Hey, we got another supporter. Thank you so much, Michael Zdalski. Zdalski. I think I'm pronouncing it right, hopefully. Thank you so much, Michael Sadowski, for contributing to our small little company. $1. Thanks so much, buddy. I really do appreciate it. How do you pronounce it? How do you spell it? Let's see. Michael. Or Mitchell. Is it Mitchell? I think it's Mitchell. Sorry, man. Mitchell Sadowski. Thank you so much, buddy. SYDLOWSKI. There we go. We did it. I'm assuming Russian or Ukrainian, something around there. Hello, CarBot from Russia, says Jeff Stone X. Are you going to make Vol'jin in a Warcraft cartoon? Yeah, if we ever have a, I guess a reason to or an idea for him, for sure. Okay, this next layer is going to be above. And it's going to be Marauder placing down the origami. Shoot. Okay. Can't be all the way up there. It's got to be right. Okay. Okay. No. I'm just trying to figure out the order. There we go. So that should be it. So he's going to put down a origami, and we're going to put it back up. So again, I did his body, and now we need to do his arm. Actually, we'll make him so he puts it on the nuke. That'll be good. There we go. So many layers. So I'm gonna have to add in his other shoulder pad actually. Right here, and right here. Oops. Nope. Flowers popping up. And then we can add an origami on top of the nuke here. That's the Marauder's contribution to it. There we go. It's an origami. All right, I'm going to be right back, guys. I need to go to the bathroom really bad. Bathroom's actually right this door behind me. So I'll be back. Okay. I'm here. All right. Hey, we got a new supporter. Thank you, Fran Martinez. Thank you so much for supporting CarBot Animations. $1. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. And that puts us to actually 3 supporters today. Total of 7. Fran Martinez. I think I got it right. Oh, and we also have just another one, a 4th one. Jeffrey Pooley, thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. $2.50. Thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate that. That's Jeffrey. Oops. 2.5. Jeffrey Pooley. Thanks so much, guys. Give it up for Jeffrey, Mitchell, and Fran, and You're Rude for supporting us so far. Thank you so much, guys. Do appreciate it. Keep us in business. You keep us going. You make us feel like we're worth something. $7. Now you can pay rent. Yeah. Yeah. No, we have a good number of supporters. And I want to thank everyone who is supporting us on Patreon. Appreciate that, guys. Honestly, it helps us out a lot. You have no idea. And we have another supporter, Patrick Calhoun. Thank you so much, man, for supporting us on Calhoun? Calhoun? Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Patrick. And we're actually going to put him up here. Patrick, oh sorry, $1. Patrick Calhoun. Thank you, man. It's happening. It's happening. We're getting closer to Diablo series. Why should he play with the patrons? Well, we have a anarchist. We have one of the rewards is that we do a Patreon play once a month. It's a $5 reward, so that's one of the reasons why I should actually. Okay. Now I want to color this table so it's no longer see-through. Oh, it's the same color. Okay. Oh, I also need to do dynamite. I forgot about that. So I think I can remove this. So now we need to do dynamite. So dynamite can be right here. So the dynamite gets there actually in a different shot, so I don't need to. Animate the Reaper doing it. CarBot, where there are 5 people on top a 3 list. Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry about that. You are correct. Let's remove the bottom. There. Sorry guys, it's only a top 3 list. I feel bad every time I have to remove people from the bottom. But it must be done. So this is gets knocked over here. So again, we're just doing one section at a time, and this is basically the final bit to it. Oh, it's so slow right now. Too many layers. Boom. And now we just need an explosion, which I'm going to go grab from my assets. I got good assets. So I usually just keep... I think I got explosions. So there's a couple in here that I just can kind of grab. So we're just going to use that. Just over here. Boom. When he hits it, boom, boom. There we go. Hey, we have Quarks Rylesma. Thank you so much for continuing to support us on Patreon, actually. He was a $5 pledge before, but he upped it. He doubled it to 10. Thank you so much, Quarks. I think I'm saying that right. Quarks or cores? But guys, give it up for quarks or cores. I'm going to spell it out so you guys know. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to put you at the top of a total of 10 quarks. Quarze. I have lost the last name already on my phone. It is Rylesma. Rylesma. I think it might have been a Z actually. It's a Z. Okay. Alright guys, give it up for Quarks. Quarksy cores. Thank you so much, man. I think the $10 reward is your name gets to go on the end of an episode, so there's always that. So you will definitely be recognized. Okay, I think we're done here. So here's another shot. As you can see, this symbol here, this is the scene, and it cuts to here, and then it cuts back to here. And that's kind of how things look so far. So anything that's in the gray is off the camera, so we don't need to bother with that. Hail Quarks, yeah. He's the best. So we're just gonna. So what they're looking at here on the table is the map. So I'm actually gonna have to draw up a map, but I'll do that after because I don't want to bother with it at the moment. So first we have the marine here. You can't really see; it's in that light, bright green. Actually, I'm gonna change the background to a white again. See it a little better. The marine comes in and he says, "Get some." Actually, make it a little bigger. So again, now whatever's off the screen, I don't need to worry about. So he's going to pop in and say, "Get some," and then, oh, I do need to make sure his arm goes all the way over there. So I am going to have to actually do a little bit better here. So he comes in and says, "Get some," and then the Reaper smacks away his hand. Smacks his hand, and then the Reaper gives his input. Actually, I should probably zoom more in on this scene here. There we go. That looks better. Reaper smacks his hand. So this we can actually make the table invisible. Probably these other things, so it's easier for you guys to see. We make a CarBot movie, 1 hour length animation. We'd have to raise a couple $100,000 to do that. And then I would have to hire a bunch of animators, and or at least a couple anyway. So probably not. I think if I ever did a Kickstarter like that, people wouldn't understand why it would cost so much. Generally, people have no idea how much animation costs. We're actually pretty quick, and we do it for quite cheap, for the most part. But yeah, I don't think a movie would be a wise choice. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that would be successful, to be honest. I don't think we could raise the funds to do it, and YouTube doesn't pay very well, so you can't make enough money from just YouTube alone either. So 3% come inside here. Hey, we got Taylor Hunter. Thank you so much, man, for supporting our cartoons and our tiny little family business here. $5. Do appreciate it. Give it up for Taylor Hunter, guys. He's our newest Patreon supporter of today. $5. Taylor. Where is it? Taylor Hunter. Thank you so much. Which, unfortunately... Oh, I still had Patrick down there. Jeffrey, Pooley, and Patrick. I'm going to have to wipe you off the top supporter board. I'm actually going to redo this part. It's stupid. It's not going the way I wanted it to. This whole scene is actually a little bit trickier. Their limbs aren't as long as I want them to be. There we go. We're kind of being loose with our lines right now because trying to figure out how to animate this particular. arm goes off screen. And then plops down. Dynamite. All right. I kind of do like the Charlie Brown fingers. Something that I've started to kind of adopt. I never appreciated Charlie Brown when I was younger, but I kind of do now. Appreciate a lot of cartoons now that I'm actually an animator. Oh, wow. Oh, we have Wolfgang Dages. Dages? Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon, our little company here. $15, man. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Go ahead and add you to... you're the top supporter of today, guys. Give it up for Wolfgang. $15. And I look forward to seeing what kind of picture you would like. Keep in mind, Wolfgang, the picture generally, like after the pledge has been received, that's when we do the picture. So it's usually after 1 month, generally speaking, depending on what day and all that stuff. But definitely let me know. Wolfgang Dages. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, man. We appreciate it, guys. Give it up for Wolfgang. Gang of Wolves. Oh, and I have to actually remove that other guy. You're rude. Sorry. You were off the top 3. Thank you so much again, Wolfgang. Appreciate it. I got to keep my eyes on the chat. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I've been a little bit dead. My mind, anyway. I find it hard to actually hold a conversation or talk when I'm animating. So it's definitely training me to increase my skills to do the thing. That's like StarCraft. StarCraft is so hard to talk to somebody while I'm playing StarCraft. I have to like give it my full concentration. By the way, if you're wondering like what kind of player I am in StarCraft, I'm a Protoss player. I'm in Diamond League. I'm in Diamond 3 at the moment. One time I think I could have made it into Masters, except I always get too excited. This is years ago though, so I don't think I'm nearly as good as well, I don't know, who knows. But yeah, I think one time I was facing Masters players and I was like really excited, but every time I see a Masters player, I psych myself out and then I don't do well. So again, we're going to do that little bounce here with the just have more of an impact. Can you make an episode of Hots with Zagara? Actually, we've already made one with Zagara. I don't know if it's good enough yet. I just need to tweak some things, I think. Please answer our question. Okay, David Bellis, what is your question? The stream does have a delay, so I will keep my mind. Actually, here. What is your least favorite StarCraft combos to go against? My least favorite combo to go against in StarCraft. I'd say the most frustrating thing is Liberators, Tanks, and Marines. That drives me up the wall. Or Hydra, Roach, Lurker. Or when they have Lurkers, and then they do Broodlords as well, with like Hydras. Like, so they have all this range and zoning. That can be really frustrating as well. So I think I need to animate this. What just happened here? Yeah, I made this probably should make the Reaper come in. Do you think your lings would make great pets? I think they would make for expensive pets. I think they would destroy stuff. And maybe even destroy you. Yeah, they're definitely like kind of like the best parts between a cat and a dog. They're a little bit of both. Again, there's a lot of lines going on. So I just... Yeah, okay. So I think we're done for the most part animating here. It's just... So this is the Reaper, so we can color his body blue. For some reason I thought it was a ghost again. They look kind of similar. But there we go. Green, blue. There you go. Green's visor is white. And now we got the Reaper. Color the rest of him. Fix that later. There we go. Okay. CarBot, will you make Diablo videos? Well, we have a goal on Patreon that could definitely fund it. I do want to do it really badly. We just need extra help to do those. I don't know, to keep up what we're doing and then do Diablo as well. So it's kind of difficult. So if we reach that goal, we'll definitely do it. If not, then I still would like to, but you know, no promises basically. Okay, so he smacks the Marine. I'm gonna make the Marine react a bit more. Oops. So again, I'm just gonna do that little bit of a bounce. And then he's gonna. I guess I should animate him turning. Again, all this is off screen, so it doesn't matter. We just need to close off the lines so we can color. There we go. I think we got this for the most part done. Wasn't it? I'll leave that white for now. Okay. There, boom. What is your favorite game and why? Ooh, that's a big question. My favorite game. I don't know. Dota 2. No. League of Legends. No. I've never played League of Legends, actually. Honestly, okay, so StarCraft is not my favorite game, I don't think. But it holds a very, very special place in my heart. The reason being is because, like, that is the only game I can actually watch people play and just enjoy. No matter how much I watch it. It's awesome watching it. I can't watch anyone else play anything. It's not, I don't know, like maybe certain people playing, like, I don't know, because they're funny, because of the personality, but when it comes to the actual game, that's the only game I can watch play. Is StarCraft. I like Counter-Strike. I used to love Super Smash. I don't play it really much anymore. And I used to love Diablo a ton. I still love the franchise. I didn't like Diablo 3 very much. Heroes of the Storm is enjoyable and Overwatch is enjoyable. I don't know what my favorite game is. I want it to be Diablo, but it's just I don't like it that much. I wish I loved an RPG that I could just invest all my time into a character. I'd love that. But oh yeah, shoot, I forgot about these two scenes. So these two scenes are also really quick and easy. I planned it well. What questions are you asked the most? Are you tired of answering? What? Okay, yeah, that's a good question, actually. I like that. The questions I'm asked the most that I'm tired of answering is, what do I animate with? Which is right above my head. People still ask it on stream, and that is Flash CS6. Adobe Flash. The second one is the most one, I think, is how long does it take to make an episode? And the answer is a week. But those are the most common questions I get. I think the third one is why did you choose the name CarBot? I think it's the third one. I didn't choose CarBot. CarBot chose me. But I'm not going to go into that story. It takes too long. Bail runs. That's the short answer. as the Diablo music kicks in. So we're going to do a short cut to this. Again, this is a really quick way, an easy way to do an expression, or like to animate some sort of expression or something. So I got this guy here. We had his original pose, and we're literally just going to draw 2 frames. We kind of got this anime reaction going, which works well for our simple cartoons. Alright, so we did do 2 drawings. We can get rid of this. Now, we did 2 drawings. And we'll color them in now, so we don't have to color multiple times. And this is what I do, because sometimes it just takes too long to produce a cartoon every week. And so you need to find effective shortcuts. Oops, that's not right. So we color each of them in. And so here we, oops, this one. What? All right, we do the exact same thing. We cut the frame. So right now we just have this, but instead we're going to animate it to a, so he bounces. So you can kind of see it starting here. And now we're going to bounce him downward. I'll do a little bounce. So we bounce him up, we stretch him up just a tad, and then we squish him down a bit. And play Pokemon Go every day. Just pledge $6. Thank you so much. Play Pokemon Go every day. Shameless advertising. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. And it's play Pokemon Go is on the top 3. Play Pokemon Go. That's every day. I think it runs off the page. Thank you so much, man, for play Pokemon Go. I appreciate it. Yeah. Play games sometime with you soon for the $5 reward. And thank you for supporting our small business. So yeah, that's basically, boom, the bounce. We could do 1 extra bounce. Again, just ever so slightly up, slightly in. And these subtle movements make a huge difference, you see there. So now it looks like it's animated. And I basically did nothing. Just drew 2 pictures and then skewed them. He becomes shocked. He looks over and he sees, again, this not too much animation going on here. This marine. Just standing here. Clueless. And the only animation here is his arm. I bet you it's going to be a symbol and it's going to repeat itself. He's cleaning his ear. There you go. What's your thoughts on co-op StarCraft? I think it's perfect. I was before Legacy of the Void came out. I keep seeing David Bellis's questions. I was like thinking to myself, there needs to be some sort of adventure type mode, like something where you can build an army and collect new units and become stronger over each adventure or mission you do. And co-op is basically that. I wish there was like some sort of map to it, something that'll engage you when it comes to location. But Oh, he looks like he's waving. How do you... Okay. Sometimes I need to act out what the heck I'm trying to do here. So... Yeah, I think co-op mission is a great extension of StarCraft. I think it should have it. I think it was a good move by Blizzard, but also I think it should have that type of mode there in the first place. I think it's good for an RTS to have that. You know, otherwise you're kind of forced to either play campaign or competitive or the arcade, which isn't official stuff. How do you... Still trying to figure out this ear cleaning thing. That looks pretty good. Because of your animations, I rediscovered playing Heroes of the Storm again. Ah, thanks, man. That's always good to hear. That I'm making you waste your time on video games. That's good. I'm sure Blizzard would be happy to hear that. Big old daddy Blizzard. Want to hear something crazy? We have been doing these cartoons for 4 years, and Blizzard has been around for 25 years? So like what is it, like 15... We've been like doing this stuff for like 15% of the time that Blizzard's been, I don't know, it's like a fair chunk of time. I've always loved Blizzard games, and I've always critiqued them like crazy. You know, I've always expressed what I don't like about them too. But out of any company that I play the most, Nintendo and Blizzard are the two companies, which I have a love-hate relationship for kind of both of them. Because you get so passionate about these franchises they made, so if it's not like perfect, you know, or if it's something that you think could have made the game better, it's so easy to critique it. Okay. So we got this arm wiggle going. Let's clean his ear. I don't know if that communicates well enough. That should be okay. Do you have any role models in animation? Not particularly. For a franchise, Avatar: The Last Airbender was by far my favorite cartoon. CarBot, will you draw all the remaining heroes for Heroes of Storm? I've been making a wallpaper with all the heroes. Oh, that's you! Oh, cool. Now I've seen that. That's really cool. Thanks for that. It's awesome. Yeah, I've seen that on Reddit. And yeah, we're still missing some designs. Other than yourself, who is your favorite YouTuber? Well, I wouldn't say my favorite YouTuber is me in the first place. I actually don't like to watch me on camera. It's kind of I don't know. I think most people feel that way about me. No, about themselves. It's usually not the most enjoyable thing. My favorite YouTuber. I do enjoy Grade A Under A. He's pretty funny. But I don't think he's my favorite YouTuber. Who's my favorite YouTuber? I don't know. I do love watching When Cheese Fails, so I do like TV. But only specifically When Cheese Fails. That's just like the thing I really enjoy watching. What else do I like to get information from YouTube. I like to hear about politics on YouTube. So I don't know. Like that's just. I guess that's. I don't know. That's all I got. There's just depth behind him. I'm actually going to move this over, so... Pulls down a bit. CarBot, who designs your merchandise? Well, that's a tricky question. And something I'm not too... bleh. So I have assets, and then the merchandise team at Blizzard uses those assets and however they want. So I don't really design them. They use my assets, though. So I don't really get to say. Kind of sucks. I don't get to say what I... Yeah, I don't know. Are you making animation tutorials? Animation tutorials. Yes, I've been wanting to. I've been saying that for like a year, and I have made a couple actually, but yeah, I like to make some more professional ones. I can't see this. Oh, that's why. Why did I lock it? So we're tracing over this because we want to give this like energy, shaky look to it. So I'm going to do that. Oops. There we go. Another color again. So that's just to simply give this kind of look. We're actually make it faded a bit. There we go. And then there's these depths everywhere. Where is Underwatch? This Saturday. This Saturday. Underwatch hype. It's mind-boggling how long this takes. Dude, this is easy animation too. It takes a long time to animate. Disney, that's high quality obviously. But you think about the traditional when they're actually like doing the cartoons, not the computer graphics stuff. Like that would be teams of like, I don't even know, like over 100, 150 people. It'd take them like 2 years to animate. A year and a half.
I think Snow White took 8 years.
Snow White took 8 years, although that was in a time where it was like super primitive, and that was super impressive. Snow White took 8 years to do. Thank you, Sam. But as technology advances, it gets a little easier. But I'm doing like simple stuff, and it takes a long time. So you imagine whenever you see, like, for example, Avatar: The Last Airbender, that stuff would take a long time to do a couple seconds. Just to do a couple seconds. So yeah, there's I love it when someone says something like that, because it shows the appreciation that, you know, however many, like, the amount of hours that goes into just a couple seconds. So yeah, I do appreciate you, man. So this adept is going to be lying on the table. And this adept just to make him look, you know, ridiculous. The depths are everywhere. This one is angry. I should fix this one's foot, actually. Make it more spiky like the other one. I forgot I... yeah, whatever. And then, oh, this one here. So lots of adepts. Adaptation. And then there's going to be one behind them, which I'll do after. So I'm actually going to turn these all into a symbol. Because I'm going to trace over them again. So they look like they're materializing. Oh, Ruben, you need sleep? Well, that's a choice that you must make. Oh, I forgot this one's, there we go. Yeah, this is just to create that look, that shaky look. Basically just trace over it pretty quickly, and the lines aren't perfect, so they create this shakiness. It also draws attention to them because they're the only things that are like kind of moving. It has movement anyway. And last, Okay. Now we can color this all in. Oops. There we go. Hiddy-biddy. And so there you go. Now they're kind of moving. Oh, this one has a this thing there. So we can actually let's see how that looks. Okay. Oh, and I want to make them transparent. I think now we can get rid of these things. And now they need to materialize. Oh, the freak. So we're just going to take that exact same, we're going to duplicate it, that symbol, and then just swap out the colors. Turn off the onion skin. Boom, boom. And then the actual color, that actually is going to be there. And actually they have a circle in the back. All right, so we're almost done. We're almost done. This, oh, I forgot to color their mouthpieces. Just almost white, purpley white. Okay, I think we are just about done. So yeah, CarBot next Heroes Storm character. Who's with me? What? Me as the next Heroes Storm character? Okay. Okay, so I think we're done. Oh, we need to do the map. Okay, the map. What is on the map? We'll just do, what map should it be? Let's look up some maps here. It needs to be that space station one. I don't know what it's called. Legacy of the Void maps. Let's see. This one. What is this called? There's a page. No. Central Protocol. That's what it's called. Okay, so we're just gonna... wonder if I can just grab it and drop it in there. We'll use an actual map, maybe. Or maybe I'll trace over it. And people can figure out what it is. Okay, there it goes. So there's the map. So I'm going to trace over it in a bright green so I can see. And it's just going to be... It doesn't really line up with the actual scenery, but that's okay. We're not going to get all technical. CarBot, make the Nova Covert Ops Terrazine map where you get the Terrazine from the whales. Why would... No, that's not a multiplayer. What do you think this is, a cartoon where anything could happen? No, I'll just make it a multiplayer map so people have like some sort of reference to what's going on, I guess. Central Protocol. Yeah. Gotta be accurate. Got to be accurate. Then there's these things. Then there's this thing. And more things. I don't even know if I'm understanding it right. I believe I am though. And then there's these things. And I think that's it. So we're just going to grab a color from here. Or it won't work. Hotkey is not working. Okay. Don't work, that's fine. That's fine. I will manually do it. I'm getting a new computer because my computer is lagging like crazy. It just doesn't do it anymore. Like even now it's like lagging. Oh. There you go. Central Protocol. There we go. Now we can skew it to fit the proper map. Kinda. There we go. And we could do little spawn points or something. So the Protoss are here. And the Terran are like here or something. Do a little circle. And then the Zerg can be over here. There you go. Oh, shoot. He points down there. Zerg down there then. Maybe I'll make little boxes to show where they've expanded. I can't remember where another expansion is here. I think it's there and there or something. Something like that. There we go. And so they're discussing amongst themselves what they should do. Are the components of my computer? I don't even know. I had a friend custom make it for me. Obviously, I paid for it. I'm like semi-computer savvy, but not like to the extent. I hate when computers break down. I hate dealing with computers. And I hate when things don't work properly, and I don't want to mess up my computer, so I usually get someone who knows better than me to figure out what's going on with my computer. And to fix it, because I don't want to ruin it further. If it's just like a program or whatever, then I'll troubleshoot. Troubleshoot. But if it's like the computer itself, I don't like to mess around with that. Okay, now we just need to do backgrounds. Background's super easy. I honestly just I just do this stuff. I take the easy way. I just grab this and put it behind them here, and then I'll like maybe flip it, and then actually this is the background that it's supposed to be, so that's good. And then I need some space background, so I got it here. So go ahead and go back to this scene, and we can just copy and paste the asset in right there. And then there's this right here, where we have just the Reaper standing there. Actually, I kind of want to. We're gonna do something here. A little Easter egg. This will be the Reaper that burned his leg. And then what we do here, actually we have an asset that I'm going to grab. Gotta grab them assets. Up. So I go to heroes. I always know where I should put it in a separate file, but it's just the stylized background with the panic or movement. We'll see in a second here. What was this? Just before this. There we go. So I'm just gonna grab this background. So that can happen right here. That's like a panic, like ugh, to emphasize that more. I'm gonna add in that Reaper again, floating in space in the background. I think he was in my last episode, so we're gonna open up the last episode. StarCrafts Season 5. Yeah, I gotta grab them assets. Okay, and then this is the flying tank one. If you haven't seen it, what am I looking? Oh yeah, the Reaper. Where's the Reaper again? It is. Where's the Reaper in this episode? It's not the beginning. There he is. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and put in his brother Reaper in the background here. So it actually, and rotate him 2 times, I guess. Yeah. So he'll be in the background. Put a smiley face on the map? Maybe. Depends on how I feel. I can't lie with a smiley face. I have to mean it. Let's see. So we're just gonna put a space background here as well. And shift it a bit to make sure it doesn't look exactly the same as the rest. Okay, I think we actually just completed. So this is actually a fair bit of animation we're able to do. Oh, there's this part right here. So I can quickly... Here, okay, background. It's basically just the floor. There we go. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so this is actually a fair amount of animation that we're able to do here. That we're able... Oh, shoot. Oh, crap, what happened? Hold on. Okay, I see. There. Let's just double check it just to make sure, and then, yeah, we're good. Okay. There's just a layer issue. But yeah, so we were able to accomplish a lot. There wasn't too much animation going on in these scenes, so let's just go ahead and watch it. My computer now runs slow, so it's actually running at less than half the speed. It's playing at less than half the speed. It should be, but I guess now you can see it a lot easier. So Reaper, he's saying we should attack here, then the Ghost is like, no. We nuke. And then does his explosion. Yeah. And says his plan, basically. And then Marauder gives his 2 cents. Reaper's unimpressed. He goes, holy crap, what's that? And there's something behind the Marine. As he's cleaning his ear. Actually, okay. Just extend that a little bit more. Okay. And, oh. And then there's Adept Shades there, and then all of a sudden, pleh. And the battle breaks out. Okay, there we go, guys. That is, hope you enjoyed this session, this animation session. So let's watch it all over again without, so this is what we did. We've been at this for... Where's the time? Okay, an hour and a half, so not bad at all. And it's been a relatively, I'd say, a relatively moderate animation. A lot of it is standing around, and then quick reactions, which makes it a lot easier to actually animate, and so we can go a lot quicker. But we'll just play it one more time. The Reaper, he says, hit and run. Hit and run. And then they're all pondering. And then the Ghost. He's the coolest. Oh, they're nuking themselves. Yeah. Well, hold on. it not necessarily the same angle. Yeah, that is the spot where they are. Defensive nuke. Defensive nuke. Okay, and then, yeah, and then the rest. Oh, shoot. You see that background? Why did it do that? Why did it do that? Oh, that's why. This needs to start at 1. There we go. But yeah, guys, that is it for animating today. I know some of you want to see the StarCrafts mod, so we can do that. I will show you. We'll show one race, okay? We'll show one race, and I'm gonna have to move my camera here. Put my teacup. But I will show you. The StarCrafts mod. I'm gonna plop you guys over this way. And I'm gonna stop iTunes. Close. Stop auditions as well. And we will stop. Actually, we'll leave that up. Okay, and let's open StarCraft. Oh man. Oh, we've been animating more than an hour and a half. What the freak? It was 12. It wasn't an hour and a half. I'm stupid. Why did it say an hour and a half? Live streaming. Has it? No, we started at 12:30. This thing lies. We've been streaming for 3 hours. Not an hour and a half. I thought that would sounded wrong. I was like, really? An hour and a half? That's it? But yeah, 3 hours, not an hour and a half. Okay, so my computer is breaking down, as I mentioned earlier. So hopefully it doesn't lag too much. I'm trying to close everything. And let's swap OBS to StarCraft now. There we go. There. Okay. Yeah, it was 3 hours ago. All right, so we're going to pop into a private arcade game. So you cannot access this version yourselves. It's under my own published. I think I'm going to have to turn down the volume to everything. So don't look for this on the arcade because this version, again, is not on there right now. Browse through my published. You see my old maps here. They're so bad. Okay. StarCrafts mod beta. And now we're going to enter the lobby. If it'll enter. Enter. Huh. Is it broken? Duh. I'm going to restart it. Exit game. I don't know why I didn't open, so let's go ahead and restart this thing. No, we'll switch it to this. Oh, there's this is my I'll just go back. That was my in between splash page in between matches for StarCraft when I was streaming StarCraft. Yeah, my computer's dying. We did order a new one, but it's sluggish now. I'm sure it can be cleaned out and maybe perform better, but it's just been so sluggish. Is it because I create a game instead of play? It shouldn't. It should allow me to do that. That shouldn't be a problem. Like, look how laggy this thing is. Holy crap. I'll click play. We'll see what happens. I don't know why it works. Oh, there you go. Apparently I had to download something. So at least it's doing something now. Yeah, we're building a new computer. We ordered the parts, and it should be a very beefy computer. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited. You have a good computer.
Your GeForce is 1070 if anyone cares.
My GeForce? My GeForce is 1070 on the new computer. Whatever that means. I don't know what's going on, guys. Let's give it time. Let's give it time. While we're waiting, let's have a... I'm going to put this over here, actually. Let's have a Q&A. You guys want to ask me anything? Go ahead, ask me something, and then I'll answer it to the best of my ability, if I can answer it. Looks like it's now 99%, so that's good. I bet it still won't be as beefy as Total Biscuit's computer. I'm sure his computer is super beefy. So now it says entering lobby. It's lagging a bit. Yeah, ask any questions and there we go. Yay! Okay, Q&A's over. What race do you want to see? All right, the first race I see 3 times requested by you guys, that is the race we'll play. Okay. What is my favorite series to animate? I have no idea. I'd probably say... actually, I think WoWcraft. I feel like it's the easiest. I don't know. My first Blizzard game was Diablo 1. But what race do you want to see, guys? Again, stream is delayed, so I'm just waiting for that delay to go. Favorite male and female HOTS character? Diablo? And Diablo, because now he's both. Okay, I think I saw Zerg 3 times first. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, Zerg hit 3 first. Okay, so we're going to do Zerg. And it looks like Protoss was second, so we'll do Zerg versus Protoss. So I'll add in Protoss here. Add an AI. And we're going to put the AI to easy because my computer might crash. And also, I I just want to show you guys stuff. So, but what? Oh, wait. How did he get in here? How did Wade? Okay, so Wade's gonna play. How did I didn't even invite him? How did he know?
Is he watching the stream?
Yeah, but like, how did he get in? To my understanding, B. Terran. Yeah, I know Wade. Okay, so Wade's gonna host. Okay, so go ahead. We might have to wait a little longer. We might have to wait. So Wade is the Vindicator, is the top. Um, uh, he's the modder, and he has the most current version. So I'll invite him to a party. Make him leader. Promote to leader. And so Wade is he's gonna host because he has the latest version because he's the modder. I have a somewhat dated version. All right, so Wade, put me on team 2. Actually, no. We'll both make make 2 computers. And both the same race, and we will be the other 2 races. I think that'll be a good balance of what's what. Skywing? Okay, sure. Skywing. He can be the 3rd race. Okay, so we're gonna get all 3 races in here. Or, okay, whatever. I don't know what's going on. Just... Oops! Oh no, I've been talking to... Shoot! I've been talking to somebody else. Make... Crap, I've been whispering somebody that I didn't want to... Oh, I've been... whatever. Sure, Skywing. Just play, whatever, I don't care. Make us on the same team, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, same. Whatever, it's too late. Okay, indecisiveness. Okay, so we got Wade as the green Terran, me as the purple Zerg, and then Protoss as orange Protoss on our team as well. And then he has a random person on his team. So we'll see what happens. My computer might lag, so I apologize if it does. So the frame rate might be ridiculous. I have not seen this version, so there might be some things that I don't know about. Like there might be some glitches or whatnot. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And again, we do have a computer on our team, and he has a computer on his team. So we're just going to kind of show off some of the units, and hopefully it'll... Holy crap. Oh, it's so laggy. Oh my gosh. Why is it so bad? My computer's dying. Yeah, it's awful. Is your computer... Is yours lagging a lot? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I don't think my computer can handle this, guys. Unfortunately. It just can't stream anymore. That's why so I have the Overmind here. Sheesh. See, we can see there's Wade in the fog of war that our team has discovered.
Wow, that is.
Yeah, I can't play. This is so bad.
It's only like a frame a second.
Yeah, my computer's crap now. I can't do it. We can kind of watch this guy, this computer, and you can kind of see the scenery here of this map. You got a dead Thor in the background there. You can see some other stuffs, but I don't think we can. It'll just get worse too with more. Wade says he's not lagging at all, so it's not the mod. It's never lagged like this for the mod. My computer's just dying. I'm glad I'm getting a new one. Holy crap! So guys, I think this concludes it. I can't show you much else, unfortunately. After that long wait too. Let's see if I can show you one thing here. No, I can't. This is so bad. Build an extractor, and then build an evolution chamber. You can see though that all the structures are obviously in the game. Everything's in the game. Just the fine tuning of it. I don't think that will. I don't think that will change much. My computer is dying. Like it even lags sometimes when I'm recording and animating. So he says AI players are really demanding. Might be killing your PC alone. Maybe. I can't. Mine. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna end it there. Maybe we'll try. Yeah, I think we'll just end it there. You'll have to wait, guys. Sorry, it's really bad right now. But guys, thanks for coming out to the stream. Appreciate everyone supporting us on Patreon. It is a big help. I'll try to get a video out for the StarCrafts mod to show you guys what I wanted to show you here, but unfortunately we won't be able to do that this time. But guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.